Father's Day, what up? Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yo, how y'all feeling? 15th of the month, right in the middle, y'all. I thought Father's Day was supposed to be around the 20th, but here we are, third Sunday, baby. Everything is gonna be all right. We talk about Father's Day tonight. Are we coming on through? Glad to be here with you. Word. All right, hold on. Let me make sure that. Okay. We buffering? Oh no, we can't have that. But how y'all feeling? Father's Day, yo, what up? Yo. I used to do this segment when it was called the Sun Always Shines show. And it used to be called Father's Day, Father's Way. It was like a every year annual series. All right, so 2025. We're gonna switch it up. Yeah. But in the spirit of Father's Day, Father's Way, let's have this conversation tonight. Today, my bad. I'm feeling all right. Yeah. Overcast day. It's probably gonna rain most of the day or something. Shout out to all the fathers out there, the good ones, the attentive ones. You know, the ones that gotta get on the grill today. You gotta work on Father's Day, baby. But it's all good, Dad. Yo. And for all of y'all who lost your dad like me, yo, peace to you. Happy Father's Day in heaven. Happy Father's Day in heaven, Pops. Love you to death. Love you back to life. So, regardless of the title, I want y'all to know that this is not a diss show. Now, I know some of y'all have some negative things to say about your dads, and that's okay. I just want y'all to know that the author of the show was not structuring it so we could put bad fathers on blast. So when I say things you never forgave your father for, I'm talking about those little funny, embarrassing moments that you might have had with your dad, whether or not you understood it at the time, you know? Shout out, fathers. It's your time. Time to shine, baby. Hit the like button, y'all. Uh. Yeah. Y'all ready? Urban Therapy with Son 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Son show. We do this every single Sunday from 1:30 p.m. till around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, whether you just say Omar with the R, this is the Urban Therapy with Son show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. And we are talking about the things that you never forgave your dad for. Things that you never forgave your dad for. But like I said earlier, if you were listening, this is not a diss show. We are not getting on deadbeat dads. I'm not talking about absentee fathers. I'm sorry for the abusive ones and the ones that never showed up. And for people who never met their father, you know, I don't want to trigger nobody or make nobody mad or whatever. This is not a show that we're actually dissing any males or any fathers. However, you have the right to feel the way that you want to feel, and I get all of that. I receive that. I accept that. This is about those funny moments, those embarrassing moments where your dad just took charge of something or did something with you or to you, around you or whatever, that might have been a little bit off center, off kilter, a little embarrassing. Like, oh my God, my dad always got to be drawing. Why he be drawing? That's Philly slang for like taking things too far, bringing negative attention to yourself or whatever, going over the top too much. That's what we talking about. So there could be like, it could be, you know, maybe your dad fixed up his car in a way that you didn't like. Like your dad had this car that drove around Philly. I don't know if the guy's still around, but an old head. He used to have all of these ornaments on his car. It was a Cadillac and he had all of these ornaments. It was like Christmas lights, you know, Christmas ornaments that you would put on a tree. And he had all kinds of shit. The car was 100% covered with these ornaments. I never seen no shit like this. You couldn't even see. You had to get up close to it to see what kind of car it was. I'm sure his kids had to be like, yeah, that's my pop. So like I said, when we say you never forgave him for it, like, yeah, that might have stuck in your mind like, oh my God, every time I think about that, I can't believe he did that shit. But it ain't because you mad at him. It ain't because you feel no kind of way about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of vibe we on. So that's how we gonna carry it today. That's how it's gonna go down. And everything is gonna be all right. Now, I ain't gonna front. If you feel some kind of way about your father, you know, for whatever reason, who am I to tell you can't feel the way you feel? Who am I to say that you didn't experience what you experienced? And who am I to tell you what you can do or what you can say or whatever. Hopefully y'all just won't make the whole show about that, because we not doing that. We not doing that. Anybody and everybody who knows me knows that I loved my dad. I mean, loved, super loved mine. And I miss him crazy every single day. So you know how that go. You know how that go. What up, y'all? T Carry Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And what up, Carla? Thanks for coming back through. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all day, every day. And T Carry. Oh, hold on. I saw. Damn. The my phone with the camera already has. Hold on. Oh no, it didn't. I thought, like, sometimes it stops the chat here, so I have to have the excuse me. I have to have the monitor open, the browser open, and watch the chat on the monitor sometimes. So I thought it had stopped, but it didn't. We good. Dimples D's, what's good? How you feeling? How you feeling? Good to see me some you, without a doubt. And Black Moon. And look at this shit. He said, Black Moon says, the hell is this? The Congo session? Well, not Congos, because they are Coongas. Or you could call them Congas. If you like super American and just don't have any way to accentuate whatever, but it's all good. It's all good. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill. Good to see you, my brother, and happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. What do you say? What up, everyone? Curb feelers, mud flaps, antennas, thick white walls. Yes. But you should have seen this card that I'm talking about. That shit could have been on the news, because it was on some extreme other shit. But sometimes fathers do shit. You know what I mean? Fathers do shit. Now I know some people gonna come on here and say, well, I never forgave my dad for hitting my mom. I never forgave my dad for taking better care of his other kids that wasn't even his blood kids than he did. I get it. I understand. Don't think I don't, because I do, and I respect you too. I get it. But even with some of the absentee fathers, when they came around, you might have some stories about, like, oh yeah, but you know what? You know what I mean? Shout out to the photo op pops. You know the photo op pops. You know, they come around only on the 6 holidays of the year, not even all 6, just the major ones. You know what I mean? He come around on your birthday. That's not a holiday, but it is for you. You know, he might come around on your birthday, come around on Christmas, and come around on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like maybe even Halloween. Yeah, I took my kids out trick-or-treating. Yeah, I mean, well, I got there late. They was already finished trick-or-treating. Their mom only let them trick-or-treat until like 7 o'clock. You know, it's in the end of October, you know, be kind of dark. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, look at me and my little Spider-Man and my Wonder Woman over here. All right, y'all, see y'all on Thanksgiving. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You think it won't when it whiz? Hold on. Make sure we are in motion. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We straight? I'm gonna make sure y'all understand. Yeah, let's go. How come this shit ain't go? Okay, I know why. Maybe if I did it like that, it would. All right.
You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting.
All right. So, Chino, we good? We good? Hold on, what's this?
Don't get carried away with thinking that I care about your dumb ass.
No. We good. No. I ain't want to say that. I just got to make sure I got my. Now we good. So we good, y'all. Hey, we good.
Every day it rains. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same.
All right, so the things you never forgave your father for. The things you never forgave your father for. I don't know. My dad used to put us in all kinds of crazy positions. I remember one time, here it was this was in November, easily. This was in November before Thanksgiving. And my pop, I had just met my older brother. I had a brother who was born in 69. I was born in 70. And I didn't meet him until I was 14 years old. And the reason that I met him when I was 14 years old, because this would have been pushed back way farther. The reason why I met him when I was 14 years old was because he went to the same high school as my older sister. And he knew about us, but we didn't know about him. You know, it was that type of situation going on. So he introduced himself to my sister, like, yo, is your father named Milton McIntyre? And she was like, yeah. He was like, so is mine. Yeah, what else, sis? We gotta have a little talk. And it went down like that. Now, you know, that's a funny situation. It's kind of crazy. But luckily that went down all right. Because I don't know how I would have handled that if some dude would have came up to me at my school talking about something. Yeah, your dad is my dad. Like, I'm not sure how that would have went. But evidently with them, it went all right. My sister was definitely a daddy's girl. And, you know, so anyway, my pop had took me and my big brother, my brand new big brother, 4 B's. He took us to Brigantine, New Jersey. Now there used to be a resort up there called Brigantine Castle. It was like a haunted castle. They had to tear it down because mad people had heart attacks and you know what I mean? It was just like that thing was off the chain in the 70s. The late 70s, that thing was off the chain. I got pictures. I ain't never scared. But anyway, so we was like, you taking us to Brigantine? So we went to Brigantine and my pop was like, all right, we got on jackets because it's cold. You know, this is in November. We got on coats. My pop was like, yo, take your shoes off. Let's get in the water. He was serious. We was like, yo, it's cold out here. It's wintertime. Brought us out here by the water, you know, like we're about to get baptized or something like that. This is the ocean. He was like, the water, he was like, the water is fine. The water is warm. The water is warmer than the air is. We was like, Dad, you know, you bugging. But my brother, he was kind of with it, like, all right, let's do it. So now I got to do it. And I did. So we took off rolled our jeans up or something. I'm trying to remember, like, did we take our pants off? Were we in the ocean with nothing but our drawers? We wasn't prepared. We was not prepared to go to the ocean. Like, we going to Jersey. I'm like, well, shouldn't we go to Atlantic City? But I'm not sure if Atlantic City still had rides at that time because they was having some issues with the pier. And even if it was at that time of year, they probably didn't have the rides running or whatever. So anyway, so we gets in the water. Yo, my dad was right. The water was warm as hell. Like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, because it takes the water a while to warm up. So when you get in the ocean in the summertime, that water is still cold as shit. And and anybody who lives on the East Coast on the northern side knows that that's true. He said by the time the water finally gets warm, the air is colder. So like, yeah, that water felt like a bath. But you know, when you go to Atlantic City or anywhere in the Atlantic Ocean, beaches in Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, whatever, New Hampshire, So yeah, so I can't say I never forgave my dad for that, but it was the weirdest situation because every time I tell that story, and I haven't told it a whole lot of times, but every time I tell that story, people look at me like all crazy because they haven't experienced nothing like that. You know what I mean? So it was, I don't know if y'all consider that to be a funny story, but it was a story nonetheless. And it was like, yo, so after we got out of the water, you know, this is 1984. This is 1984. So after we got out of water, you know, we got on Adidas. You know, it's 1984. So my brother probably had on a pair of top 10s. I probably had on a pair of shell tops or some shit like that. So, you know, like how do we put our jeans are wet? He made us get in the water. We didn't swim. I got on this new jacket. You know what I'm saying? With the straps up to the collar. It's cold out that boat. This shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. No, it still says I feel like a photo op pop grandpops since they live 4 or 5 hours away. Well, you know, I know about being a long distance dad, and you gotta do what you gotta do. They can't call you a photo op pop unless y'all live in the same city and you still don't come around. Like you got every excuse in the world not to be there. So shoot, the photo ops might be all you have at the time. You got to preserve those memories. Don't feel bad about that. Do your thing. You just make sure those photo ops are filled with memories that they will cherish and honor and remember for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? I call it putting the seasoning on the food. Put the seasoning on the food. Yeah, anybody can serve the food by just cooking it. But you put the seasoning on the food so people will like it, it'll taste good, and they'll remember who cooked it. Put the seasoning on the food. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. So, yeah. My dad was an interesting character. A very, very interesting character. He did a whole lot of crazy things. What a life. What a life. So when I think about the things that I'll never forget my dad for, on the negative side, I'll never forgive my dad for not recognizing and taking care of, well, he did recognize his illness, but not, I guess I never forgive him for not fighting his illness the way I wanted him to fight. And that's something I've struggled with since then. And I realized that, and I've been told by old heads that, listen, you know, people fight in the ways that they fight. They can't fight the way that you want them to fight. And I've been told that when you get to that point, just make sure that you do what you are supposed to do when that time comes. And I respect that. I receive that and I respect that. Dilla B Comments, man, appreciate you, my dude. Yo, salute. Appreciate you mucho. And happy Father's Day to you too. Definitely happy Father's Day and many, many, many and plenty life fulfilling ones to you. Appreciate you. Matter of fact. I appreciate the Father's Day gift. Glad we together, yo, no rift. Everything is going to be all right because we make it. Yo, this is a chance we gotta take it. Yo, a lot of people out there never had a pops, and I understand that thing. So I always stop and make sure that I show my gratitude. I don't want to be out here with the attitude like everybody got the same thing that I had. Yo, I always pay homage to my dad, and I will do that until my dying day, because I'm trying to be at least half the way as good as he was to me. Because I say, yo, he cut the pie in a lot of different ways, but he made sure that we always stay up in my heart and up in my mind. So he was the best one that I could find. Even my stepdad was a real dad for me, so I had to. So you can understand that the way I grew up, I had no ways to be a negative. That's true. Word is bond, and I'm gonna make sure that we got it going on and on and on. So I just want to drop this rhyme, and I'm gonna do it another time for you, slime. You know what time it is, just like Gucci time. I do this thing, yo, I rhyme as if this is my last breath. So sometimes I feel like that death is always chasing behind me, but I make sure this is behind me, in front of me. No. All right, let's go. Okay. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Without a doubt, hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel. At the very least, drop that like. Drop that like. All right, so we only got 10 votes on the poll question so far. 10 votes on the poll question. What we looking like? Which of these characteristics best describes your dad? 50%. So that would be 5 right now. So I can do a little math. That 5 votes. It says hardworking, provider, and mysterious. Now, what I meant by mysterious, in case any of y'all were wondering, was like some fathers didn't talk a lot. It didn't mean that you didn't know what they were thinking or that they didn't express themselves, but some dads were mysterious because you may not have really understood where they were coming from all the time, or because they were a man of few words or whatever, or because they wouldn't let you talk a lot. You know what I mean? It may have been an air of mystery about where they were coming from and where they wanted to go to. So that's what I meant by mysterious. Let me see. 18% says loving, attentive, funny, and like a granddad. I meant like granddad material. They only allow you a certain amount of characters, so you know I had to fit it in the best way I could. 0% said reliable, helpful, and understanding. Damn, 0? Damn, son. All right. And 27% says never knew him, absent and hurtful. See, y'all see, I was trying to be fair because I could have easily left that out. But I know how I be. I'm a black man. Ain't no way I can act like everybody has a father or everybody who has a father that was there. I can't pretend like that. But I tell you this, as much as I believe in heredity, genetics, DNA, you don't have to be what you come from. You always have the potential to be exactly where you come from, but you can also be what you come from mixed with how you were raised, where you're going, what you want, whatever your influences are. You can always do it from that perspective too. So even if your dad made you feel left out because he wasn't there, that doesn't mean that you have to leave out your offspring. As a matter of fact, you would think that it would compel more men to make sure that they were there for their kids instead of being absent. But hey, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? What they say, hurt people. But that's a hurt that nobody should duplicate. But shit goes the way it go. It go the way it go. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says 3 out of the 4 tends to describe a lot of dads. 3 out of the 4 from this poll. Word. Yeah. It's unfortunate. See, I mean, when you start talking about the black dad, My view of the black dad is positive. The negative part with me with the black dad comes later on. Most black dads start off real good. They start off with a bang. You know, at the birth, they there. You know what I mean? They proud papa and all that. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got my little man, my little girl, my little princess, and all that kind of shit. First year, 2 year, 3 years. Then sometimes they start having problems with the mom, or they be on drugs, or they get locked up because they was in the streets doing what they do. And then shit starts to get funny. You know, they might have other kids. And I don't think that any man consciously swaps his younger kids. Well, swaps his older kids for his younger kids. I don't think that any man consciously does that. It just kind of looks like that. And it could look like that because it is like that. But I think that there could be other reasons for it. And when you haven't been taught to hang in there, and let me explain to y'all what I mean. Because hanging in there is something that you really, or some people really need positive examples of. Because it's easy to quit. And you will always meet people in this world that will show you how to quit. As a matter of fact, they'll show you how to quit elaborately. Like you ever, what up, Charles Xavier, my peoples? What up, my dude? Good to see me some you. Salute. Salute. You ever work on a job with somebody that doesn't care about their job? So if you ever work with somebody on a job that doesn't care about their job, you will learn how to lose your job easily. And you will learn, how to make a scene while losing your job easily. You will learn how to rebel ridiculously. I don't see any reason to rebel at your place of business because that's the place that pays you. You know how they say, mind the business that pays you? Well, ta-da! Your job is the business that pays you. Yeah, you may not like the pay. Maybe you don't like the work conditions. But if they come up with your check the way it's supposed to be every week or every other week, I mean, what can you really say? My dude, good looking, Charles. Good looking. I'm gonna call you Charlie X. Charlie X, that's what's up. It says, yo, my parents get that unconditional love. No matter what they say or do wrong, I will kiss their feet and worship the ground they walk on. Well, I like the sound of that. That's a good look. You don't hear enough parents express themselves that way. I mean, you don't hear enough people express themselves to their parents in that way. A lot of people got beef with their parents. What up, Stacy? What's good? How you feeling? But I'm glad that you have that good relationship with your parents. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, like I was saying, man, when it comes to the black dad, stereotypically we get no credit. We get no love. Stereotypically, we're not there. Stereotypically, we too busy making other babies. Stereotypically, we don't want to provide. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. We're irresponsible. We're lazy. We're shiftless. We don't know anything about monogamy. We're not family oriented. We always in somebody else's family. These are the stereotypes of the black dad. Individually, we got it going on. On the whole, and it's fucked up when you try to defend the black dad and you got a good argument going because you really believe what you're saying, and it may be based off your experience. Then you go someplace that breaks down and destroys your whole argument. Like maybe you go to the projects. Any projects. You can go to trailer park too. Same shit. Ain't no difference between the trailer park and the projects. You know, white people used to live in the projects too. They did. They had to move out. They had to move. Imagine moving out of the projects to the trailer park. Poverty is poverty. They didn't all rise above and move on up like the white Jeffersons. That's not what happened. But it's going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Yeah. The black dad has work to do. And I'm not here to absolve him of all wrongdoing. What I am here to do is say that there is a variety. There are different color eggs in this Easter egg hunt. You know what I mean? But speaking of Easter egg hunt, well, nobody should have to look for their father. If you are a man and you have children, biological children, they should not ever not know how to get in contact with you or where they can find you. Ever. That should never be the case. Now, you know, it is the case with a lot of people, but that should never be the case. It ain't that hard. Y'all know, I have a lot to say about black men in particular, but especially when it comes to this fatherhood thing, because the shit is important. And that's why I always have to give a shout out to the good dads out there. I got a cousin. A cousin, man. This man would never hesitate to take custody of his children. He's a school teacher. You know, he moved up in position, damn near became a principal. So, you know, education, he's big on that. But he's one of the best fathers I've ever seen. Ever. As a matter of fact, my little cousin, his son, just got his master's degree, just graduated with his master's or whatever. So, you know, black excellence is on point right now. You know what I mean? That thing is doing what it's supposed to do. But everybody ain't gonna be like my cousin. He's actually an outlier. He's an extreme example. Shit, I ain't even like my cousin. I'm like, God damn. He had 2 biological children, and he took care of a non-biological one. So imagine you meeting a woman, getting with a woman who already has a son. You get the woman pregnant, have another son. Y'all break up. You take custody of both of the sons. Like, yo, that's your little man is my little man, and he needs to be raised with his. He needs to help me, you know, influence and raise his baby brother. So let me get that. Let me get him. You could go ahead. You can just do whatever you want to do. And I'm gonna raise my 2 boys, and everything gonna be all right. And that's what he did. There ain't too many men that would have done that. You know how they say that a woman can't raise a boy to be a man? Well, evidently he felt the same way. So he took both of his boys, the blood boy and the non-blood boy, and raised both of them. And they both doing well. Let's see here. Charlie X says that's an ignorant way of thinking to judge by stereotypes or judge a whole race. Every race has every category. I judge people individually. Yeah, I understand. But every race of fathers don't have the stereotype that black fathers have. It's fucked up, but it's just true. It's just true. Especially and the worst stereotyping happens in the court system. Black dads don't do well in court. Child support court, that is. So, whether we like it or not, these are the things that we have to deal with. And so since it's Father's Day, we might as well put them on the table. Now, each and every man who is a father, and even the ones who aren't fathers yet, they can help to break down these stereotypes and take a more liberal point of view like you, Charlie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, at the same time, we got to deal with the situation at hand. But if everybody takes care of their business individually, then things will get better. Charles says black people are judged and hated for their skin color. I can understand that. I used to think it was just skin color, but it ain't. And this is why history is so important. I used to think that white people hated black people just because we look different. But even the most staunch, ridiculous, hell-bent racist isn't capable of reducing it to that. So when you look at the history of black people in the United States, you get a different view than what they tell you in the media. So let's take it all the way back to slavery. And let's see if we can find out why white men or white people hate black people to this day. Take it back to slavery. Now, when we think about slavery, without knowing anything real about slavery, when we're only concentrating on the brutality and the injustice and the inhumanity of slavery, we don't come up with the right answers. When we look at the business of slavery, then we start to get a better view of why race relations are the way that they are. So, who owned slaves back in the day? Only rich white men owned slaves. That's it. Slaves were expensive, more expensive than gold. So every white man did not own slaves. So your regular Fred Flintstone who worked in the quarry didn't have no slaves. Your what's the boy name from King of Queens? His type wouldn't own no slaves. Archie Bunker couldn't afford no slaves. He didn't own no slaves. The common white man didn't own no slaves. The rich white man owned slaves. So slaves provided free labor, no overhead. Anybody who runs a business knows that the most expensive overhead of business is payroll. If you don't have to pay employees, your business is going to thrive because you're going to have nothing but profits and whatever costs that incur from you having to make whatever it is that you're selling. So supplies, basically. So only rich white men own slaves, and slaves are people. And so those people were skilled. They were skilled labor. They were skilled blacksmiths, skilled carpenters, skilled bricklayers, skilled whatever you taught them to do. Before there was electricity or after there was electricity, then they were electricians. They were the tradesmen. They were the housekeepers. They were the cooks. They were the field hands. They did everything and they did it for free. All you had to do was feed them like livestock. And they were essentially equivalent to livestock, bought and sold and controlled like livestock. All right. So you understand why they weren't taught to read or write. If you teach slaves how to read or write, now you open them up to be able to read about why they're in the condition that they are. And you also open up pathways in their mind about how to get up out of their condition. So no reading, no writing, no counting, no nothing. I must keep you totally ignorant like livestock. Because because you are people and you have highly sophisticated brains because you're a person. You're people. All right. So I'm taking a long way to say this. So if only rich white men own slaves, and slaves did labor for free, what did the white men who didn't own slaves do for a living? If you have black labor, slave labor, working on your fields and on your plantation and in your business, and you don't have to pay them, why would you pay John, Robert, Terry, Sean, Richard, Maxwell? Why would you pay any of them? So the common white man, the cowboys, the regular, uneducated, born in America white man, what did they do for a living? They did whatever they could for a living in the South. So the common working man in the South had a lot of contempt for this slave labor because they were literally taking their jobs. Now, they weren't taking their jobs because they wanted to take their jobs. They weren't even getting paid. But because the common white man, the common working white man was uneducated, just like and probably couldn't read or write, just like the slaves, then they couldn't process that it wasn't the slaves' fault, that it was hard for them to find work and find a way for them to be able to put food on the table and to take care of their family. They didn't understand that. So they blamed the slave instead of who? The rich white man, the slave master, who was literally employing free labor to take food out of your mouth and jobs away from your community. So when you fast forward that, so the common redneck down south or wherever slaves were, because there were some slaves up north too, and they don't like to talk about that, but they were. You go to Delaware and you see slave quarters. Yeah, I've seen them. So the common redneck hated the slaves because the slaves were taking food out of their mouth. You know who they didn't hate? The rich white man who invented the system, who made it just the way it is. Fast forward to 2025. The common working man hates the immigrant, now the Latinos or whoever. They don't like them because they say that they're taking jobs away. They're literally taking food out of their mouths. Meanwhile, those Latinos aren't doing the jobs that anybody wants to do. Not the illegal ones aren't. But who do they blame? Do they blame the system? They blame the people. We got to get them out of here. They got to go. So it looks on the surface, it looks like white people hate black people or brown people just because they're black and brown. But no. The person that they should hate is the one that's telling them to hate on the ones that they shouldn't hate. So that's a That's a history lesson that a lot of people are unaware of, but it's a fact. Now, does it explain everything and everybody? No, not at all. But I tell you what, I didn't learn that history in school. And I took American history extensively in high school and college. But I had to figure that part of it out by myself because the professors didn't present it that way. I had to be like, So my question used to always be, well, what did the freed slaves do? Where did they go? Like, what was the use in being a free black man if slavery was all around you and white people up north still didn't like black people? Where did they go? And he pretended not to know. Like, this is a professor. Like, I don't know. I can tell you what happened with one man. Like, he only had book knowledge. Like, nigga, come on, stop. It's all good though. Carla says skilled and strong. Very strong. Very, very strong. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. TK Wright says, we can't run from how they look at black fathers. They try to act like black fathers are never present, and that's just not true. It's not. It's not. But it don't help when some black fathers do foster the stereotype and feed right into it. Like the rapper Future. Like, yo, when we talking about black fathers, put Future away. Don't let him come into this conversation. You're going to fuck up everything. As a matter of fact, don't let Nick Cannon in either. Yeah. No Future, no Nick Cannon. Man, you know what? Fuck it. No celebrity fathers. We not fucking. No. Fuck them celebrity fathers. Nah. All of them. Yeah, Will Smith too. Oh, yeah. No celebrity dads. No black celebrity dads. I don't want it. No. None of them. We got to keep them in the tuck. We got to keep the celebrity black father hidden. They trifling. They taking away all our excuses. Charles Xavier says, I understand. What I was saying is that a black man and woman is judged before knowing their name or anything about them. Oh, yeah. No, I just wanted to give you a little context of where that may be coming from. No, you're right. You're right. You know what I mean? Shoot. When I fill out job applications and shit like that, I never say I'm black. I always say, choose not to answer. Because my government name won't let you know. And I can turn on the good voice when needed to. I can turn on my business voice when necessary. Yeah, I get business voiced. That's a real word. Business voiced. Voiced is spelled VOICEDED. Business voiced. No, it's my business voice, not my white voice. Because and the reason I don't say my white voice is because all white people do not speak proper. You understand what I'm saying? So, not my white voice. No. Be like my man. Sound like my man Chuck from Kensington. No. I'm surely not getting hired. No Chuck from Kensington. Charles said, me too. TK Wright says, hold up, Nick spends time with those 97 of those kids. I know. I just need to reduce the number. It's too many babies, too many baby moms. It's too many. Nick got too many baby moms. He ain't got enough twins. He need more twins. The too many baby moms for Nick. Like, yeah, black men don't. They always got a lot of baby moms. No, we don't. What you talking about? I only got one baby mom. What are you talking about? Then here come Nick. Here come Nick in Future. I'm like, oh, fuck. Evander Holyfield too? God damn it. Motherfucker. These niggas. I told you no celebrity black niggas. God damn it. Anyway. TK, right, says, my mother in this car talking about, that's not a real word, but I saw it. I saw it in the dictionary over there in that other room someplace else. It is so. Tell your mom, look, tell your mom, yo, black voiced it. It's a word. First of all, there are a lot of words that are real words. Like it was just declared the other day that liked it is a word. I liked it. I liked it, huh? You can legitimately put DED on the end of a lot of words, and that will symbolize ownership, and it will symbolize it will make it a verb. Mm-hmm. I loved it. I loved it, man. I mean, for real, man. I loved it. I loved this shorty, and you know what I mean, she did me dirty. But I still got love for her, because I mean, when I loved her, I loved it her for real. First, I just liked it. Father's Day, Father's Way. Things you never forgave your father for. Well, my dad would not let me say words wrong, and I never forgave him for that. Why can't just say it the way it's spelled? Why can't say it the way we mean it? And speaking of mean it or meant it, you don't have to say I meant it. You can say I mean did it. I mean did it. MEANDED. MEANDED. I mean did it. You ain't got to say meant. I'm a black father. And so when I'm kicking is straight facts, just because I'm here. Charlie says, Muhammad Ali, beautiful gentleman, beautiful brother. Facts. Shit, Muhammad Ali there would never be another Muhammad Ali. He changed. When he say he shook up the world, he wasn't joking. I don't even think he understood how much he shook up the world. He changed everything in sports. Because of Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam, because of his association with the Nation of Islam, now all sports contracts have it written in there that you cannot be associated with any extremist group, with any religious sect or religious extremist group, or any type of racial, they didn't say terrorist, but basically the way that Muhammad Ali was tied to the Nation of Islam, now you will never play in the NBA, NFL, NHL, or Major League Baseball if you are known to have any associations with any type of extremist groups like that. No more. There will never be another Muhammad Ali. What up, Nicole Ellis? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, ma. Good to see you. Charlie says, this might sound crazy, but this may sound crazy to people, but I think English is the devil's language. Please, everyone, especially you, son. Watch the documentary, The Arrivals. I mean, I know a lot of what you're talking about. And English is a dead language. So that's why there's so many rules in English that don't apply to any other language in the world. Every other language in the world makes sense. English has all kinds of spelling rules that don't make sense. So sometimes the GH makes the F sound, and other times it makes the no sound. So you have the word rough, R-O-U-G-H, and then you have the word thorough, which should be pronounced thorough, because you just have T-H-O on the front of rough. But you have to say thorough. Thorough. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Nicole says, hey, hon, I've been busy. Appreciate you coming through. I'm glad that you found some time out of your schedule to come through and represent. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Charles Xavier says, I know my history is Watch God. I know my history. Watch Godfather of Harlem. Tupac's mom character is in season 4. Okay. All right. I'm on it. When you speak English, you are spelling. Oh, you talking about the spells. The spells. I got you. And I ain't forgot that that was a super chat. I forgot that was a super chat. I forgot that was a super chat. I forgot that was a super chat. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I appreciate that. People ain't gotta give up no cash, but they do that. They reach down deep in their stash and they came up with a couple of dollars, and just best believe that I'ma always holler and make sure that your presence is felt. It makes my heart melt because you didn't have to get nothing, but you're not fronting. So you came through and represented, and I know that you felt it, and you must have meant it. And I mean to say this too. I appreciate you and appreciate you coming through. Whether you give, as long as you give something, even if you only gave knowledge, it's just like college. But you know college that you gotta pay tuition. But you came through on the show and we on a mission. So I stopped and listened and stopped dissing. Yo, love is like kissing. But man, we ain't gonna do that. But they kiss cheeks in other cultures. But so what's up with that? So you still gotta respect the love, and I'm going to talk about that all above anything else, above the fray. Yo, what I say, we gonna try to strive and try to make a better day. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. That's what's up. Okay. Nicole says, welcome. Love your video. Thank you, Nicole. I like yours too. I went by your channel. I checked out some of your shit. You know what I mean? I checked out some of your shit. I want to see some of your comedy though. I want to see some of your stand-up. I need that. Charles says, The Arrivals is an 8-hour documentary. After you watch it, you will never know at the world. Wait a minute. You will never look at the world or modern day society the same. I hear that. Watch it in bits. All right, cool. That's what's up. I'm gonna definitely check it out. Things you never forgave your father for. What we got, y'all? What we talking about? What it look like when you're on the mic. Yo, sucker MCs, don't try to bite. All right. Yeah, Charles, I got you. Yeah, I know where words are supposed to be, even when they're not there. I get it. Because you know what I mean? We here. We good. Cole says, hey, did you see the new Tyler Perry movie Straw? No. And I didn't even realize that shit was on Netflix. I thought with all this hooting and hollering, I thought this shit was actually in the movies. So I could have been watched it. But to be honest with you, I don't even fuck with Netflix. You know what I mean? I got 2 free accounts. I got one through T-Mobile, and I got one through Verizon. I stopped fucking with Netflix when they took all the good documentaries off that shit. They kind of whitewashed it. And I don't mean whitewashed as in just white people programming, because the programming that I was talking about was all that Illuminati shit. They took that shit off. So I started fucking with but yeah, I started messing with not Fire Stick, Amazon Prime Video. So you saw it on YouTube. All right. I guess I need to check it out, but I hate his movies. And I mean hate. I don't like Tyler Perry, man. He sucks. Oh, Nicole, you saw it on YouTube? Did you have to pay for it? Because YouTube, you know what I mean? They be wanting you, like, they be like, yo, give me a couple of dollars, give me a couple of dollars. Give me a couple of dollars. Come now. Give me a couple of dollars. You said nope? Oh, okay. Well, shit, I got 2 free accounts. I might as well just go ahead and watch it and shit. I miss the old Netflix. I miss the old Netflix where they mailed the DVDs to your crib. Like, yo, I got the DVDs. I got 2 DVDs. I got 2 DVDs. Take too long to send them shits back. They be like, no, don't even worry about it. We already charged your card for that shit. You own that movie. You own that movie, son. Nicole says, I didn't pay nothing. So I would have, if so, I wouldn't have saw it. Well, did you like it? You was feeling it? You was feeling it? No, the whole social media was, yo, they was blowing up. A lot of people was like, oh, it's Tyler Perry with this same old bullshit. Always making the black man look bad. Always making the black man look bad. Look bad. Black man, Tyler Perry, always making the black man look bad. Black man, look bad. Always making the black people look bad. Easy things, undertones. Yo, all them bullshit, leave it alone. Right inferior, 4th grade level. The shit is like, yo, but he still employs a lot of blacks, so we gotta respect that. But that's about the only thing I do respect, because I be feeling like it coming at my damn neck. But yo, he gotta make his cash in. He found a hell of a hustle, and he did it fast. So I ain't mad at the brother, so he gotta do this other thing, but I ain't trying to see no other movie that he ever makes. For God's sake, Sick of Solid coming on through. Yo, what's up with you? Yo, I'm going to say happy Father's Day to you all. You know how we do. We stand tall. All right. Oh, damn. You said it's good? Charles Xavier's he giving memberships away. That's what's up. He's giving memberships away. That's yeah. Oh, Emily, you just becoming a member? Your member strangle you. You getting strangled. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Wow, she about to turn. You just become, man. Sika Sala says, he tore my comic books as a kid because I was standing by the older kids smoking cigarettes. You talk about your dad. You never forgave him for that? You still mad? You mad? Yo, I gotta read that shit again. He said he tore my comic books as a kid because I was standing by the older kids smoking cigarettes. Yo, son, yo. You gotta be kidding me. You got, like, yo. Oh, you wanna smoke cigarettes? What kind of Yo, you got a pack of, who sold him cigarettes? Yo, you lucky it ain't turned into, take that. Everybody out. You gonna be all right, son. I promise you gonna be all right. What's the topic today? The things you never forgave your father for. But we not dissing. We just talking about like little embarrassing things, little compromising things that your dad may have done that stuck in your mind. Like the shit that Seika Sala was talking about. Like, yeah, I was wrong, but he ain't have to do me like that. Didn't have to do me like that. I was just trying to be grown. Why you couldn't leave me alone? I know he did some shit back in the day, so why gotta concentrate on my shit today? Yo, I was gonna get back. I was gonna get better. He ain't have to do like that. He ain't have to tear my sweater. He ain't have to grip me up. He ain't have to grab me by the collar. He ain't have to do that. And he ain't have to give me dollars. I was just doing that thing, hanging with my friends, trying to be a little older, trying to make a couple of ends, trying to meet some girls, trying to be a little grown, trying to do this thing, trying to go out and raise my own, trying to be on myself, trying to make sure that I increase my wealth. Carla says, some pops be doing the most. Yeah. Some pops be doing the most. Yes, they do. I mean, a lot of the shit that the TV dads have done, a lot of that shit has been done in real life. You know, like, for people who grew up with fathers in the home, you know that fathers be showing off. You think the absentee father or the dad who don't live in the home be on some bullshit. People who grew up with their father in their house, they know dads be showing off. They do. My pop, I remember when I was younger, my dad used to walk around the house. Well, not the whole house, but I was on the third floor. We grew up in a 3-story house. So I was on the third floor with my mom and my dad. They had the front room and I had the middle room. My dad used to walk around on the top floor, butt ass naked. Butt naked. Like, he ain't show no shame. I mean, my dad dick had to beat it. I used to be thinking, like, is it just because I'm little that this shit? Yo, he used to be, you know how little boys look at them little nudie magazines? Yeah, Hustler and Penthouse and not Playboy, because Playboy don't show no nudity. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Playboy is doing, but Hustler and Penthouse, you know, those were porn magazines. So they had men and women on that shit. And so, you know, so me and the kids, we looking at, you know, magazines because all the fathers around the way had porn magazines. So they was normally found between the box spring and the mattress of the bed. So they looking through the thing. They looking through the magazines. The girls are, they like, look, his thing is big. And I'm thinking, like, not like my pops. I ain't say shit, but I'm like, Pop was a fucking horse. This shit was fucking crazy. But he wasn't never the type to say that shit. But like I said, dads that live in a home, you get a different perspective of them versus, the pop that come around sometimes or whatever. I mean, pop, something. So it lends the question, like, how old do your kids have to be before you stop running around naked? Black women should answer that. It's probably not even just black women, but my experiences with black women. So, a lot of black women, they come right in the crib and they start getting undressed. I'm like, so at what age do you stop letting your kids see you naked? And you might get answers like, which gender? Which gender? Charles Davis says he gave me a cold stare and said four words. I'm telling your brothers, I was 14 and got my ass whooped. That was in 2001. Wow. Oh shit. He said, yes, Carla, and we Muslim. Oh shit. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. I didn't even see this one. He said, my pops would park his car and catch the train downtown at the mall bus stop. One day on his way home, he saw me there with a girl under each arm with a cigarette hanging from my mouth. Oh shit. Gave me a cold story. Cold stare, said 4 words. I'm telling your brothers, I was 14 and got my ass. Your brothers whooped your ass? Oh shit, you got a community. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see what we doing now. I see what we doing now. I see where we going with this. All right. Yeah, but fathers who live in the crib are a different breed. You get a different outlook when you grow up in a 2-parent family. Different. So then, my dad didn't drink or smoke or nothing like that. After him and my mom broke up, and then my mom got with my stepdad, we still lived in the same house. So my stepdad came and lived with us. No worries. He was a good provider and everything. He held everything. Everything was on track. So, but my stepdad drank. He drank and he smoked a little weed. He smoked cigarettes. He puffed a little L every now and then or whatever. And he drank. Remember, my mom's room is in the front. Mine is in the middle. One time, middle of the night, I'm laying in bed. My stepdad comes in my room and is standing by my bed. I looked up like, yo, Pops, what's going on? He was like, what's up, oh? My stepdad is pissing on my fucking alarm clock radio. I'm like, yo, I had to get out of the way. Like, yo, what you doing? He was like, oh. My stepdad was so drunk. He thought he made it to the bathroom. He made it to my room. So, the bathroom is a straight run from his room to the back. His room all the way in the front, the bathroom all the way in the back. He must have stumbled, hit my door, and the door must have been open. But I'm like, where's the part where you didn't see the toilet? What about the bathroom? What about the bathtub? You missed all of that? Yo, he was so ashamed of himself. He was so ashamed of himself. Meanwhile, I gotta get the bleach and throw out this pissy alarm clock radio. Did I ever forgive my pop for that? Yes and no. He pissed. Yo. He almost caught me. Like, imagine waking up. I'm laying in my bed. It's late at night. I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know. I'm laying. Let's see it. Hey, Dad, what's up? Because me and my stepdad was like this. Me and my biological dad was like this. Me and my stepdad was like that. So I'm like, Dad, what's going on? He was like, hey, what's up? Oh, like you didn't question why I was in the bathroom with you? Blaming on the Yo. Yo, he was so ashamed of himself after that. He was so ashamed. Like, I can't believe I was like, I was like, look, Dad, I mean, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give me a new radio, man. You fucked up my, you know what I mean? You fucked up my show. Yeah, I mean, my little alarm clock radio was everything. The little brown joint. You remember the little brown alarm clock radio with the red digital display? Yo. Hey, yo. Damn, Charles, man, you representing. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Thanks. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you. Well, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do? I got you. Tell you what, since you giving out these memberships, I'm gonna do this for you. I got a fuck it. Let me know which one you want. I'm gonna send you a Daily Go Getimism t-shirt. I got you. Let me know what size you need. Go to my email, sun752@aol.com. Let me know your size. Give me your address or an address that I can send it to you from, and I got you. So you can have a white or you can have a black. If any of the rest of y'all want a t-shirt too, you know what I mean? We can make a deal. These are for sale. Good fabric. You know what I mean? These are the good shits. These are the good shits. Hit me up on my email, sun752@aol.com if you want a t-shirt. $17.99. I got you. $17.99. I got you. You know what I mean? You can look fresh. You can look fresh to death in your Daily Go Getimism shirts, and you'll be representing. You got me? You got me? So yeah, Charles, you get one free. You have more than paid for yours. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You said I'm in Canada. How about you do a giveaway with that one, and I will buy them from your link in my. I mean, however you want to do it. However you want to do it. I just want to make sure you get a shirt. I just want to make sure you get a shirt. That's it. That's it. What you talking? Emily talking about something. I ain't even give you a membership. I didn't know I could do that. Give a membership. You know what I mean? Yeah. You see how black people are? You see how black people are? Shoot. If anything, you should be trying to give. You know what? I ain't even gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna get into that. Nonetheless, y'all know we got the shirts. We got the shirts. I love to see y'all on it. Man, appreciate you. Without a doubt. Want to make sure you get hooked up. Charles Xavier says, I call you son because you sound like one. That sounds very Method Man to me. That's what's up. Shout out to the Woo. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. TK Wright says members get their shirts for $15.99. I'm gonna honor that, even though that wasn't true. But I'm gonna honor that. I'm gonna honor that without a doubt. That's a good look. But yeah, man, my stepdad, man, he was the real MVP, boy. He was the real MVP. Right, but he felt so bad about that shit. I couldn't even be mad at him as bad as he felt. He's like, my mom lying to him, like, yeah, you peed all on Omar's head and everything. I was like, she was trying to shut that down. Like, we're gonna make sure this don't never happen again. Like, yeah, you peed all on him. He had to go take a bath in the middle of the night. He had just took a bath. I seen him come out of the bathroom just, around 10 o'clock. Peed all on that boy. It's a shame. It's a shame. Like, nah, Dad, you missed me. You missed me. I ain't had no problem calling my stepdad Dad either. Because he was. He was. He took a liking to me from the first time we met. And we got closer and closer and closer. TK Ray says, you said that before. Sorry, I should have double checked. I said that before, but I be getting high. I be getting highs. If I said that before, then, I'm a rock with it. If I said it before, then it applies now. Just tell me what show I said it on so I can delete that shit. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Emily, you way older than me. Way older. You like mad older than me. You know what I'm saying? You mad older. Charles says, do a trivia question segment for the shirt. I'm going to get a shirt for sure, and I really appreciate it. I got you. All right, I'll do a trivia question. And put the email address in the chat. And we good. Yeah. Yo, Carla, you just don't know. That shit was oh man. Man, my stepdad passed in 2010, man. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. That was my man. That was my man. One time I got rolled on. These dudes was going down the street, wilding out, whatever. I was at the bus stop and I got into a fight with them. I mean, I guess you could call it that. I mean, I ain't getting to no fight with them. They rolled on me. So I was coming from my mom. I was at the bus stop. I was coming from my mom's house. I was on my way home. So I was at the bus stop. For any of y'all who live in Philly in the Germantown area, I was waiting for the H or the XH. So these cats from the Hollow, if you know anything about Germantown, these cats from the Hollow, they anyway, make a long story short. So after they rolled on me, I went back to my mom's crib. Like, yo, these boys, these dudes just rolled on me, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. Matter of fact, did I go back home or did I catch the... I did. I went back to the crib. My stepdad was like, what happened? And I told him what happened. He was like, okay. I'm thinking he's just going to drive me home. Till he grabbed his pistol. He was like, okay. Told my mom, stay in the crib. He was like, all right, we're going to go handle the situation. He was dead fucking serious. He straight put on his G uniform. You know what I mean? And my stepdad ain't give a fuck. Wasn't nobody going to fuck with me when it came to him. That man loved me like his biological son, and he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. if I told him, it was so bad. He was like, all right, so you know where they be at, right? Because they live, they live down the hollow. Some of them I recognized. He drove down Wayne Avenue. He told me, just point them out. So I'm like, Wayne Avenue is the strip. Like, if we gonna do something, we need to catch them on the back blocks. Newhall Street, Seymour, Clapier. I was scared to point them out. I seen them. I was scared to point them out to my stepdad. I'm like, he an old head. I can't get my, I can't get my old head knocked. Like, imagine him in the precinct, like, well, yeah, they was fucking with my son. You know what I mean? They put hands on him. So I had to do what I had to do. And that's how he would have handled it. That's how he carried it. So I was like, nah. I saw him and he was like, was that them? He must have seen something. He was like, is that them? I said, no, that's not them. That's not them. Let's go down the street a little bit more. And I was like, damn, Dad, I don't know where they must have went. They was going to catch it that day. They was going to catch it. And I was like, damn, stepdad is a G. He is a G. I mean, I knew he's from the streets, but I ain't understand the level that he go through or that he would go to protect his family. I ain't even live at the crib no more. At the time, I was 19. So yes, that shit was crazy. All right, TK Wright says, I think they should call in and answer the question in 5 seconds. All right. Stacey White says, do I have to forgive my dad for stealing my overall? Do you mean overalls? Like a jumper, Oshkosh B'gosh Guess or something? Like, is that what you mean? Charles says, I just don't want to make son feel like he owes me for supporting him. I already know he's appreciative. But nah, it's not about owing you. You gotta get that. You gotta get that. Tell you what. I got an easy contest. Nah, you know what? We in the Google age. So y'all would be able to cheat. You know what I was going to tell y'all to do? The word vittles. Put the word vittles in the chat. If you get it right, you'll get the shirt. The first one to get it right gets the shirt. But it got to be done in 10 seconds. So I'm a count it down. The word vittles, like tender vittles, but spell it the right way and you get the shirt. 1, 2, both of y'all wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Emily is wrong. TK Wright is wrong again. Charles, you're wrong. 20, 21, 22. Carly, you're wrong. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Nope. 33, Wrong again, Charles. Wrong again, Charles. 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Actually, we have to 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Wrong Emily. Wrong Carrie. Vittles. I'm going to put the correct spelling in the chat. Because around now, y'all going to start cheating. Here's the correct spelling of vittles. Y'all can look that up. You can look that up. Turns out that vittles is not an American word. It's not an English word. Yeah. Here it is. Vittles is an archaic or dialectical term for food or provisions, especially those prepared for consumption. It can also refer to the act of supplying someone with food. The term is often used with a slightly old-fashioned or humorous tone. Pronunciation. While the spelling is victuals, it is often pronounced vittles. Yeah, Emily. I think you need to Google it. And if you Google it, it'll explain everything. So now you learn something today. That was one of my spelling words back in the day. I said, learn something today. That was one of my spelling words back in the day. I think I was in like the 6th grade, some shit. The shade was being thrown by my spelling teacher. Yo, she owned. Actually, it was English. Maybe it was reading. I know that she had brains bleeding. And we was like, how the fuck did I say vittles? Ooh, I shouldn't have said fuck, but I was out of luck. Because everybody in the class got it wrong. She wrote it up on the blackboard. And nobody scored the touchdown or the goal. Yo, I said, damn, my soul is on some other shit. Yo, the English language spit. So now that you know you're a little smarter than you was maybe 5 minutes ago. So we gonna keep it going. That was one spelling words. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was spelling nerds. And you didn't even Google. I gotta give you a little credit for that. Yeah, no gap. All right. Emily says, I'm great at words and pronunciation. Yeah, well, you didn't know that one. Because you wasn't even close. So, I super smarty, because you probably think I'm capping. So, if you look right there, there's the word vittle, and it has the pronunciation. You see how it says vidol. Okay, let me see. Dimples, you was wrong too. I didn't even see your jaw. Yeah. That's not a word that you're going to easily get. It's a hard one. I've never known anybody who knew that word in my entire life. And like I said, that was my 6th grade or 7th grade spelling word. 1982, a summer. So Charles Davis says, I looked at it, the right click on speaker. If you click on the speaker next to the word, it will say the word. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to give you the wrong word. You know, vittles, baby. So, yeah, you thinking about that cat food tender vittles, it ain't the same. It ain't the same, son, you know what I mean? But we good, though. But we good, though. All right, so we straight. We scrated and scraped. Everything is all right. Everything good. Everything good. Everything good. Everything good. Everything good. Everything. Yeah. Everything good. Everything good. Yeah, Emily. I know you in school right now. So what? You're not smarter than me yet. You know what I mean? I already finished school. You mad? Good. Take that. All right, so we good. Okay. Oh, scroll up to see your comment before the spelling bee contest. All right, hold on, let me see. Oh, show you shirts again? And show the size so I know which size to get if it's not too much. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. I got you. All right, so this is the white one. So I got medium, large, and extra large. I don't handle smalls. Medium, large, and extra large. That's what we got. They're true to size, too. So this one, this is a medium. So this is pretty big for a medium, to me. That's a medium. And this is, that's a medium too. They're both mediums. These are both mediums. So they covering me, but I'm a double X. So don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled by that. You know? So those are the shirts. Those are the shirts. Now, I got one. This is one of the older ones. So I don't have a lot of sizes. But I do have this one large residual joint with the white on the black on white. I think I only have one. I might have a few. We gonna go with that one. We gonna go with that one. But that's what we working with. These I have stock. These I have stock. Y'all want one? sun752@aol.com. Hit me up on the email. I check my email every day, multiple times, so I won't miss you. I won't miss you. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everything is all right. Everything is okay. Yeah, so holla at me. Holla at me. Pizza, what up? What up, my dude? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. He went the white on the red. All right, got you. I got you. You know, just hit me up on the email so I can get that address and I'll get it right out to you tomorrow. We go ahead and get that over with the quickness. What size is X? Extra large. So we got small. I'm sorry. We got medium, large, and extra large. No small, no double X. Not this time. Not this time. Yeah, Pizza, it has been a while, but I'm glad to see you back. Okay, yeah, you said the red pop more? All right, that's what's up. Nah, you got, I got you. I got you. Oh, you said, no, she was calling me ex-genius. Oh, shit. Look, y'all ain't fucking with me today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't fucking with me today. Ah, man, you always call him Professor X. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. TK right says, I'm mad that you thought I would type something grammatically incorrect. What is grammatically incorrect? That's what I want to know. Well, what's over here?
You have a call from...
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
You know damn well I was going to call about this subject as soon as I seen it, didn't you?
I didn't know, because I figured you was out being fatherly.
That's why you made it. I don't care about nobody saying you made it for me, man.
Okay. All right. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm going to take the hit, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to make a show just because it apply to your boy. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Sometimes you got to pop out the show. Then.
You right. You real right. You all right. Happy Father's Day, my dude.
Happy Daddy Day, bro.
That's what's
Much
up,
love
man.
to the family and everything, baby girl.
Appreciate you. Mucho.
Look, man, from the door, that right there is I used to get emotional talking about it, but it's not like that no more because I still can't understand why would a grown man or grown adults hold a kid accountable because of the relationship they got with their father.
Mm.
I just don't understand it. It makes no. Even my grandmother, my father's mother, did not want a relationship with me because I had a relationship with my grandmother, who was my grandfather's wife.
Mm.
She didn't do shit for me.
Okay.
Not a happy birthday, not a Merry Christmas, not nothing. None of them. My father's wife, who I call my mother, had to beg him to give me $30 to buy me a pair of sneakers.
Mm.
Beg him. Through my lifetime, my father alone had to give me at least. If he gave me more than $100, I'll be shocked.
Okay.
I'll be shocked.
Mm.
You know, because of the relationship. And the thing I don't understand is that you would take me as a kid, you would take me to fuck around with your friends and smoke your weed and snort your coke while I was over there playing with their kids. Or you would take me to a fucking barbecue, let me play outside while you're in the basement, and the women outside, y'all in the basement looking at some fucking smokers, pornos, smoking weed and snorting coke.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't even spend time with your fucking son. You could have been part of what you didn't have with your father, with us. You could have been going fishing. You could have been enjoying your father at his age. But instead of doing that, you said, fuck him.
Mm.
And for that, I say, fuck him. I'm never going to forget that. If I go to heaven and I get next to God, if I see him anywhere I see him, I'm going to smack the shit out of him. And if God say you got to go to hell, I'm going to say, bring him with me so I can smack him for every fucking thing he did to me as a child.
Mm.
The most important thing my father ever gave me is my grandfather. And the most important thing my grandmother ever gave me is my grandfather's wife. Because what she did for me, what she did the fuck for me, son, I was at Arthur School. Arthur School curriculum wasn't up to par. She felt as though she sent me to Durham Elementary, which was mixed with a different culture. It was white, black, all ethnicities there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And when I went there, I learned more about. That's where my music came from. That's where learning about other cultures. That's where learning about shit. In my science class, we had snakes. My science teacher used to had us feed the snakes. Mice. I didn't have that in art school. I didn't learn nothing about science real good in art school. I didn't learn nothing about art in school.
Okay.
So when that shit came about, I learned that. And when I left there, I went to Greenfield.
Right.
And when I left there, my grandmother said, Troy, I want you to go to Bach because I need you to go to a trade school because we get ready to go to the computer age. And I need you to learn about computers. You see, so my grandmother, my father's mother, my maternal grandmother didn't do shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
When my grandmother, my father's mother, the last time I seen her, she thought I was my father. And my father was passed away for maybe 4 or 5 years before that because she had dementia.
Okay.
So when I walked in the door, she thought I was my father. So, I mean, that shit is like, you can't fathom that. I can't fathom that, you know. So, I mean, that's the whole shit in a nutshell for that. Father's Day for me is celebrating the men in my life that was my fathers, like my grandfathers. All the men that help bring me up and show respect to women, help bring me up to show respect to other men, help show me loyalty, help show me how to make $1 out of 15 cents. My brother Peanut, even though I'm on the house with him, that was my father. You know, I don't fuck with him right now because he say shit out of his mouth. He don't understand. When you, it's like you, son. When in days I be so fucked up, and I know I'm fucked up, literally. And for some reason out of the clear blue, you call my phone, and I be like, damn, God must know something. Because every time, it's like 4 or 5 times I was going through some shit, and you called my phone.
You be saying it.
You call my phone right at the right time when I'm ready to crash out. I'm ready to like lose it.
Mm.
And I turn back around. My brother, he's a pastor. I haven't heard from this boy for almost a month. That's the only. I don't deal with my older brother because of the situation with my mom. God rest her soul. And he tells me, well, you know, I got to deal with my church, my parishioners. I got to deal with the sick and shut in. I got to deal with, people in hospice. My wife going through this. My kids get there. I said, hold up. You mean you can't call my phone for 5 minutes to just talk? 5 minutes? Mm-hmm. No, well, you don't understand the life of a pastor. Well, the Bible says, are you your brother's keeper? Ain't that part of the Bible?
You know, I was watching The Chi last night. I don't know if you watched that series.
I watched The Chi. That's my shit.
Yeah. So last night on The Chi, they was talking about you know, the little Big Meech sister graduated. He gave.
No, that's BMF.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
My fault, not The Chi. My BMF. My bad, because I did watch The Chi last night too, though.
You caught him on both of them, right?
Yeah. Big Meech's sister graduated high school. He gave her a car, and you know, she got a little cherry popped, and you know what I mean, and in the back of her car, and the cops came. Make a long story short, so the mom was mad at the daughter, like, yo, you too young to be having sex, and you know what I mean, and blah 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 blah, and she checked the mom like when you was my age, you was on like what was you on, baby number 1 or baby number 2? So you know, the mom ready to set it off on her. And and Charles, her husband, the dad was like, yo, you forgiving, you know, your congregation. You know what I mean? You forgive them for whatever they did or whatever. She said, how about showing a little grace to your own flesh and blood? Yeah.
That's the truth.
Lucille was hot. She was hot, like, oh, fuck. Get off me, Charles.
Let me get that bitch.
She was mad as shit. Lucille was mad because, you know, Lucille, you know, she kind of foul. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She did Charles dirty. But anyway, yeah, that's
the truth. But that's the truth.
Yeah.
And my mom, and when I used to go through this robbery with this same brother, right? It was one time I just didn't want to deal with him because the thing about this, right, is this, right? I put this brother, my middle brother, the one I look at as a father figure to me, I put him on a different level. And I think I told you this before, right? I put him on a level of, when I was growing up, and it's like I said, it's bad for adults to do this to children. You cannot compare kids to you cannot compare your siblings to other siblings and want them to be better than them, or you should be like him. You should be like him. Because you're telling that other sibling, they're telling that other child that he's bad. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm sitting up here and I'm doing the best that I can, you know, and I turn back around and my grandmother, the one that was married to my grandfather, was the one, well, you should try to be just like your brother Peanut, because he got A's and B's. He got all A's at one point. And I know this because my grandmother gave him money for all A's.
Okay.
You know, and it takes me out because, and my brother was great at art. He was an advertising and design executive at one point.
Okay.
And when I was growing up, he was great at art. So when he would get into fights, I would protect him because as a kid, I was thinking, I don't want him to hurt his hands and mess his hands up. This is me as a kid wanting to protect my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And even as I grew up, I still protect him because my aunts used to say shit out their mouth. And it got to the point where I said, I don't want you to mess your cloth up on your walk as a pastor. So God ain't done with me yet. Let me deal with this battle for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So then I'm out here using profanities and I'm cursing them out and I'm snapping on them. And I'm telling them, leave my brother the fuck alone. We're going to have an issue. And I don't care what nephew or whoever you go get or your nephews, go get them. But that's the shit that's bothersome to me. That when you put people, I put you on a pedestal on a different light, but you look at me as, you can't even be there for me just for an air? A fucking air?
Yeah.
It throws me for a fucking loop, man. When you know, and I blame myself because my mom always said to me, Troy, stop expecting people to be like you. Stop expecting people to be on the same level of caring or loving or understanding as you. Because everybody not gonna be like you. Everybody not gonna love like you. Everybody not gonna respect like you. Everybody not gonna be loyal like you. Everybody not gonna do all these other things. I mean, I'm not gonna paint myself to be Christ-like, but I damn sure try my best to be. You know, but at the end of the day, that's the shit that's bothersome to me. And this is supposed to be inner circle. This is supposed to be people. Like that's the whole thing in a nutshell about the situation I'm going through now. This is not friends that I'm asking to just be there.
Set up. It was originally set up about like to highlight like maybe funny or quirky things that or embarrassing things that your pop might have done. But I recognized that, you know, some people have a different experience. So
I think that shit very fucking serious.
It's cool. So, you know, but on the strength of that, like since you had such a good relationship with your granddad, did he ever do did he ever do anything that you didn't forgive him for, but not like on the negative side? like something that you may just not have been ready for. You know, like, somebody who's your dad or father figure may see something in you that you're not ready to see in yourself. You know what I mean? So let's say, like, if you have a talent and they know that you have it, they might make you do it at a time when you're not ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say if they knew you could sing, but let's say you were shy and they, you know what I mean? They put you on blast, like such and such can sing, you know what I mean? And had you, it made you do it when you ain't want to do it and wasn't going to let you get off that stage till you did it. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking about, do you have any stories like that before we get out of here?
My grandfather, when I was a kid, I never knew how to fish. Never knew how to fish. Now, my grandfather took me fishing. And
there you go.
When I'm telling you, I can fish my ass off. I never knew how to clean it until I became a chef. You know, so we used to catch them and give them to my other grandmother and my grandfather. But I can fish my ass off. I won a pool on a boat off of a big flounder. I won $150.
Yeah, I won that too.
So,
but
you won it too before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I caught the biggest fish twice.
Oh,
like
dang.
To the point when
how much you won?
The first time I won 50, and another time I won 100.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You know, and then
As a matter of fact, I might have won $1.50 because I remember I gave my brother-in-law, I broke him off like 50. I think I kept 100. But anyway, like the first, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here, son.
Oh, the first time he took you fishing, what happened?
The first time when I won the money?
I guess whatever.
The first time he took me fishing, I was scared to touch the worms because it wasn't worms, it was mealworms.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to. So how did that go?
And that shit, man, that shit didn't go too good. It didn't go too good. He got real upset. He started blowing, he started.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So
he's like,
you thought they was going to use earthworms? Like, no.
Yeah, I don't think it was earthworms. I don't give a fuck what worm it was. I didn't want to mess with no fuck.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't want to mess with no worm.
So he made you do it though, right?
Something completely different.
But he made you do it, or no?
Yeah, I did it, and once I got used to it, I was comfortable.
Okay.
And what the worms I hate the most was the blood worms, because the blood worms will suck on your fingers.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Hurt like a motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt like a motherfucker. You think they call them blood worms? Just to call them blood worms. It's crazy.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Crazy. Yeah, that shit right there. But the funny thing he used to do, people and the fucked up thing he used to do that I laugh about. As a kid, I didn't laugh about. My grandfather used to discipline me and then beat my ass after he beat me. I mean, not for my ass. He used to give me money to go get something to eat after he whooped my ass.
Consolation prize.
No, I just thought he was beating calories off my ass and I was hungry. That was his form of giving me exercise.
Consolation prize, my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
You didn't win nothing on the prizes, right? You ain't win nothing on the prices, right? You get some soap or some shit.
He said, here, take this $10, go get a strip rice and a Coke.
Shoot, $10 that give you a lot. That back in the day, that got you a lot of shrimp fried rice.
Yes. Shit. One time I got my ass beat so good, I wanted some shrimp fried rice and a Coke, so I called my sister a bitch. She called my grandfather. He came and beat my ass. He beat my ass real good, real good. So he said, "Hey, take this money, go get some shrimp fried rice and Coke." I said, "Can I get some more so I can get 2 shrimp rolls too?"
You know what? I'm done. All right. We overtime anyway. We out of here.
I appreciate you letting me call in and talk overtime, man. I needed that release, man.
I'm glad you called in. That's what's up, man. And happy Father's Day once again.
Same to you, man. Same to you.
No doubt. I'm gonna holler at you a little
All right,
later.
much love, bro.
All right, peace.
All
right, y'all. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 16th. I'm sorry. June 15th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My girl, Tia, don't worry about it. And Trina McDonald, Robin Hill, Christasha Sims, Valerie Everett, Daniela Amoting, Olga Iris Correa. So I guess it's really Olga Iris Correa, Miss Gemini Laster. And last but not least, my girl, go get a J Boss author. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 15th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, to rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yeah. Go hard, go for yours, and remember what? Yo, Father's Day, Father's Way. Yo, I hope the fathers are still around with a lot of something to say. I know in my past, yes, that was something from my ass, and I wish that the day hadn't come and passed. If I could get him back around, I would do that and turn around anything in my crown. Should I say I would turn everything in, because I would love to be with him one more time, one more again. But you know, the lessons that have to get learned are for those who have to wait their turn. But the turns that I have is something like a gift, and me and my dad never really had a rift. Well, that's not totally true. There were times that we wasn't speaking, but yo, it was still reeking of the good type of flavor and the type of smells. Yo, so I knew that one day, the hell, that he would not be here, but I didn't think it would come this soon. It's like the sun and the moon and the stars. Yo, he was all of that. That was the son and the God. Yo, but kept my pockets fat. Showed me how to be respectful. Showed me how to make a couple of dollars, get that cash fast, and make it last. Taught me always to save and learn how to behave. Don't let them white folks get you into the place where you will be in jail, because there's nothing but a fail. So you keep the wits about you and make sure that you keep your shit and yo, be out when you see the trouble that's coming to you that you don't deserve. Act like you got the nerve to be representative of your fans. So that's what I did, and that's why I am who I am. All right, we out of here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, Monday going into Tuesday, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know what it is. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. And for all of the men out here, happy Father's Day. Because even if you're not a biological father to somebody, that doesn't mean that you haven't fathered anyone. I've been told by the elders that a father is one who furthers knowledge. So if you've taught children something, if you show them the way, then you have further knowledge and you have fathered them. So peace to you. And I want to thank all of the women for not coming in here and being on some old bitter bitch type shit. No disrespect, but y'all know how it go. I want to thank all of the women who came who participated or listened to the show today, watched the show, for not coming in here on that. Peace to all the mothers that had to be fathers. Thank y'all for all of that. I appreciate y'all not trying to take our day away from us. So once again, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And thank you so much for coming through. So I holler at y'all later. Have a great Father's Day. Have a great Sunday. Otherwise, holla. Peace.